Yeah, so so Vajrasattva. You see, right at the left side, the left of me, on the altar, there's one painting, Tanga, the white image deity, is a Vajrasattva. So Vajrasattva deity is the embodiment of all the Buddha's power of purification. So the meaning, the Vajrasattva in Dorje Sempa, Vajra is understood to be indestructible object. One of the most firm, carrying the most strength in the form of object is a Vajra. So that's the conventional word meaning, but the ultimate meaning of the Vajra is referring to the wisdom of emptiness. Sattva is referring to the mind. So Vajra mind, or the wisdom mind. We all carry the nature of the Vajrasattva. Every single living being carries the nature of the Vajrasattva, which is the Tathagata essence. In all deities and Buddhas, their omniscient ability is the Vajrasattva. The Dharmakaya wisdom, the Dharmakaya wisdom being of all the Buddhas is the Vajrasattva. In all the sadhanas of the deities, carry the Vajrasattva's practice. In the form of directly antidoting to the purifications of transgressions, purifications of negativities. Even in the practice of sadhana, if there's any limitations, such as limitation in visualizations, limitations in any form of sadhana practices, then at the end there's attachment of Vajrasattva practice to purify those limitations. In all sadhana practices, Vajrasattva practice must be there to carry the two important aspects of the spiritual practice that I introduced this morning. One is the purification, one is the accumulations of merit. And that you see very obvious in all the sadhana practices, in all the puja practices, in all the spiritual practices, there's no spiritual practice that is lacking or not attached with the Vajrasattva practices. So it is one of, from here you can see Vajrasattva practice is one of the highlighted practice of all the practices. And Vajrasattva's even the Vajrasattva's mantra, unlikely than other mantras of the deities and Buddhas. Vajrasattva's mantra attached to all the sadhanas. So the Vajrasattva's own name mantra is Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tino Padit Todo Meba Sudokoyam Subokoyam Anarlu Sawaside Meba Sawakam Suzam Sitam Shiriam Kuru Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatadat Benza Mamemans and Benza Bao Ma Samaya Sato Ahong Pe. Now this mantra, can attach to like a Heruka deity, Om Heruka Samaya Manupalaya Heruka Tino Padita, like that. Then you can see in most of the Kriya Tantra, most of the Kriya Tantra deities practice like medicine Buddha, the Tara practices. You see, most of the Kriya Tantra deities, the Vajrasattva mantra is very much attached with Om Pema Sato Samaya, instead of saying Om Vajrasattva, you pronounce the Lotus family name, the Pema, Om Pema Sato Samaya Manupalaya Pema Sato Dinupadita. Then in all the sutric practices, like let's say if you recite Golden Light Sutra, or if you recite Heart Sutra, then at the end, in order to purify any limitation that occur during the sutra practice, to purify them and to bring the complete pure practice of the sutra, you also, attach Vajrasattva practice. You can either recite, mostly will attach the Lotus family's name, like Om Pema Sato Samaya Manupalaya Pema Sato Padita. There's a recitation of at least 3 times. If possible, you recite about 7 times or 21 times, so like that. Then the one of the common practice to the tantric practitioner in our tradition, Yamentaka practice. Whenever we do Guru Puja, the Guru Puja practice conduct either based, it has to base on one of the High School Tantra. So usually Yamentaka, is very, very often we use. So when Vajrasattva practice in relation to any practice to do with the Yamentaka, then Om Yamentaka Samaya Manupalaya Yamentaka. So rest of the mantras are the same, but the Vajrasattva name can be translated to all the other different deities. So it's a very wide practiced, very essential practice. You see. So one of the blessing that Buddha relate to us is through Vajrasattva. You see, whole morning I've discussed about if we don't purify the negativities, there's no space for us to enjoy the life. No opportunity for us to receive all the higher qualities, the benefits in life, if we don't purify. So then the Vajrasattva is the manifestations of Buddha's purification. So that comes in the form of practices in our life. Is that's how the Buddha would, Buddha bring benefit to us, so like that. So then in relation to the 4 opponent power that we discussed in the morning, the Vajrasattva can come in the aspect of the power reliance as well as the power of antidote. So when you engage, if you are familiar with Vajrasattva practice, Vajrasattva meditations, then you visualize, you visualize Vajrasattva. Just like what you see in the Thanga. One face, two arm, complete white color, then holding, Vajra and bell. The implement, when it comes together, Vajra and bell, then the Vajra represent method, the bodhicitta. The bell represent the wisdom and emptiness. But when you describe just the Vajra in relation to the name, the Vajrasattva, then it is directly referring to the indestructible wisdom, of the wisdom, the Dharmakaya heart of the Vajrasattva, so like that. Then the white color, it represents the state of purification that to be achieved. You see, so this solitary Vajrasattva can be practiced even those without initiation. It is very much in relation to the practice of the three kayas, was a practice of the three earlier tantric school, like such as a Kriya Tantra, Action Tantra, Yoga Tantra. These practices, these deities practices, they can be practice can be engaged without initiation, and the practice can be engaged with the practice with the initiation. So there are, if we want to practice the whole sadhana, in particularly sadhana doing the sub-generation of the deity, then initiation is must. So we need to receive the at least a permission, the blessing permission to get into the detail of the sadhana. But otherwise, like Vajrasattva, like Medicine Buddha, you can practice without initiation. And for that, we don't do the sub-generation of the deity. We very much visualize Vajrasattva, either on top of your crown or in front of you, like a front generation. Then from there, then you actualize the benefit and the practices. You see, so so now just the visualizations of the Vajrasattva also act as the power of antidote, because of the Vajrasattva deity being the embodiment of purification. Whenever you think of the image of the Vajrasattva in your heart, directly antidote to the negativities and defilements. So just remembering the image, that also can act as antidote, power of antidote. Then reciting the mantra of Vajrasattva. When you take refuge in Guru Vajrasattva, power of reliance, you recognize one mistake to be purified, power of regret. Then you start to accumulate Vajrasattva mantra, and that is actualizing the power of antidote. So the recitation of mantra can be recited, the 100-syllable mantra, which normally regard, it carry a much more greater benefit, because it's obviously you need to put more effort, because there are 100 syllables, So the recitation even just pronouncing one time, whenever we realize that we perform negative actions, through our body, speech, and mind, and just saying Om Vajrasattva Hum, that also act as antidote to purify. So the short mantra, there's a few pronunciations, like some recite Om Vajrasattva Hum, some recite Om Vajrasattva Hum, some recite Om Vajrasattva Hum. So all are correct. So whichever is familiar to you. So just simply pronouncing that, instantly, whenever there's negative actions occur, or even you feel some negative energy that's coming in your way, then just recite that, Om Vajrasattva Hum or Vajrasattva Hum, like that. Then if you want to do more elaborate way, then you can increase the number to 7 times. So there are many deities mantras are recommended to recite 7 times. So it has its own, greater blessings to recite number 7 times. Then there's general, the most common recommendation is to recite 21 times. So even some of the smaller mala to count the mantra are designed, like 21 beats. So there's also, the great significance of reciting 21 times, especially in relation to Vajrasattva. At least, 21 times of the Vajrasattva mantra a day. When you go through the conclusion of the day, if you practice like that, then at least multiplication of the negative karma is cut. The intensifications of the power of the negative karma, negative action that we perform will be stopped, but just by accumulating, even 21 times at the end of the day. So throughout the day, whatever misdeeds or harmful deeds that intentionally or unintentionally may perform, then the 21 times of the Vajrasattva mantra will help us to, purify them, like that. Then slightly more advanced than that is to recite 108 times of the mantra. Then if you do even more advanced than that, then you can accumulate 100,000 mantra recitations, Vajrasattva mantra recitation. And especially if you're able to perform that as a retreat, dedicated, retreat practice, 100,000 times. That regarded is very, very, effective for purification. Then if you do slightly more advanced than that, then 400,000. 400,000, and that's very, very common when the Tibetan Buddhist Mahayanic practitioners, either from the Nyingma, Kagyu, Sajja, Gelo, all are same. The Ngondo, the preliminary practice of Vajrasattva, usually you get into retreat to accomplish 400,000, and that also not the short mantra, a 100-syllable mantra. Okay. Okay. So yes. So 400,000. There are serious practitioners, like those of some of the great masters. They accumulate millions. I can't remember exactly. My late master I think have done, I think minimum 1 million in the long Vajrasattva mantra retreat as a ngondo, not a main practice, as a ngondo, preliminary practice. So you can imagine. So these are done even before you engage into highest yogic tantric retreats, practices. And generally in Tibetan Buddhism, in order to receive the maximum benefit of highest yogic tantric practice, there are common preliminary and uncommon preliminaries to be complete if we really want to receive the real taste of Tantra, highest yogic Tantra, the real experience of generation and completion stages of the tantric practice. One among the 4 uncommon preliminary practice is to complete minimum 100,000 long Vajrasattva mantra retreat. Minimum, you see. But most of the practitioners, they will complete 400,000. So there are 4 uncommon ngondo retreat. They complete even before you receive any highest yogic tantric initiations to enjoy the maximum benefit of highest yogic tantra. In order to ripen our basic being, ripen our energy, very much ripen the chakras and channels and the basis of this, the human vehicle, human aggregates. They engage into the 100,000 accumulations of refuge retreat, a retreat on refuge practice. Then, in order to purify in order to purify the obstacles to the success of the tantric practice, then you engage into Vajrasattva retreat. You engage in the Vajrasattva retreats. Then, in order to gather conducive conditions such as merit, then get into 100,000 mandala offering retreats. Then, in order to open the door from our system to receive the blessing of the initiation, then the practitioner get into Guru Yoga retreat. Guru Yoga retreat. So these are called the 4 great mondos, preliminary practices. And those very serious practitioners, they accumulate all this. Then the common preliminary is to have a clear, confident understanding on Lamrim, the 3 principal aspects of the path: renunciation, bodhicitta, emptiness. Very solid, at least a knowledge, on 3 principal aspects of the path. So on the basis of this common and uncommon preliminary, then when you start to practice the highest yogic tantra, like Vajrayogini, like Yamataka, like Guya Samaja, Heruka, etc., then the individual practitioner really experience, the maximum benefit of the tantric practices. So from that point of view, Vajrasattva practice is very, very okay.
Sorry, everyone.
Sure. Hello.
It's really bad.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
That's right. They will this again.
Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Yeah, better. Okay. Okay, better. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So like that. Mm. Yeah. So maybe I go through the brief meaning of the long Vajrasattva mantra. So Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya. So the mantra that I've just recited before. So syllable Om play a very important aspect to define, the letters as a mantra. So whenever there's a starting of, reading with the syllable Om, then that very much defined as a mantra. The syllable Om also represent, our the trainees basis of our body, speech, and mind. There are three letters Om. It also represent the resultant, our resultant result in your own Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind. Sattva, Vajrasattva. So Vajra is a diamond, it's a strong, So Vajrasattva very much, Vajrasattva very much meaning the diamond, the indestructible mind. Which is the Dharmakaya mind of all Buddhas, which is also your ultimate, nature of your mind. So if you read like that, in the meaning of Om Vajrasattva is O diamond, indestructible mind. O diamond, indestructible mind. So very much like that. Meaning you with the indestructible state of the mind, namely Vajrasattva, representing clear light, blissful awareness of the voidness, which is the Dharmakaya. The Om at the beginning of the mantra goes together with the Ah and Hum at the end. For a speech, the mind, indicating the body, speech, and mind that needs to be purified, and purified state of the holy body, speech, and mind achieve result of the purification. So when you attach Om Vajrasattva, then rest of the mantras is very much through the tools of the blessings of the Buddha's embodiment of the purification, bring about complete transformations of this ordinary basis into a resultant, holy body, speech, and mind of the Guru Vajrasattva. So through Vajrasattva practice, what we're going to achieve ultimately, we're going to be Buddha. we're going to be just like the Vajrasattva. Samaya. Samaya, it's also called as a, understand as a commitment or connection, or, special bond, samaya. Manopalaya is uphold that special bond, uphold that special connection that you have with this meditational deity. So uphold the close bond, namely the close bond or the promise that through clear light, blissful awareness of voidness, I will be able to purify away all karmic afflictions. So Vajrasattva, Samaya, Manu, Vajrasattva, Om Vajrasattva, Manupalaya, Vajrasattva, Tenopadita, Tito Membawa. Okay, Samaya. Samaya, Manupalaya, Vajrasattva, Tenopatita. So then next is the Vajrasattva, Tenopatita. So Vajrasattva is the what do you call the state of your complete purification, the Vajrasattvahood or the Buddhahood. Then Tenopatita. So Teno is very much talking about this, this state of the Vajrasattvahood. Patita is very much remain actualized or remain, this state of the Vajrasattva to be obtained, very much like that. So then after that, the Trito Mebhava, Vajrasattva, Tenopatita, then Trito Mebhava. So Trito is very much meaning of, stable. Mebhava, me is talking about yourself. Mebhava and make it be. Stable me, or, stabilize, your journey of purification and actualizing the perfection, within your existence. No, then Sutokoyo Mebhava. Sutokoyo is talking about the everlasting happiness, the state of everlasting happiness. Mebhava, me is me. Bhava is make it be. Actualize the state of, actualize the state of everlasting happiness. So in other words, bring it about that I am happy through my eliminating all the negative imprints and its consequences, including its tendencies from my mental continuum, so that I attain the state of perfect liberation, the state where the experience of everlasting happiness, which is unstained by any limitations. So it's very much meaning like that. Now Supokoyo Mebhava, Supokoyo is again joy, everlasting joy. Me is talking about me, make it be. So similar like before. So bring it about that I am joyous through my eliminating all karmic habits and imprints, so that I attain enlightenment with its everlasting bliss. Anuragto me bhava. So anuragto is, anuragto is referring to the safeguarded. Me bhava, me talking about yourself. Bhava is make it. So bring it about that I am safeguarded, so that my mind never leaves clear light, blissful awareness of voidness. Then it sarva siddhi meprayaza. So that's the next line. Sarva siddhi meprayaza. So sarva is talking about all. Siddhim is actual attainment. Me talking about self. Prayacha is bestow. So bestow on me all actual attainments, especially the supreme actual attainments of enlightenment. Sarva karma sucha me. The following mantra. Sarva is all. Karma is action. Sucha is excellent. Me is me. May all my actions be excellent in the terms of enlightenment. May I attain a rupakaya of the Buddha, so that all my actions are excellent for best benefiting others. So it's aspirations to actualize form body of the Buddha. Because even you enlighten, you remain in Dharmakaya and you don't manifest into form body, you cannot interact with the sentient being. So you have to come to sentient being, you see. And the way to channel your enlightened benefit to sentient being is through your physical, through your, through your interaction with sentient being directly. And the only way to do that is through the form body. So therefore, Buddha manifests into 3 bodies or 4 bodies, You see, when someone is enlightened, you not only enlightened in Dharmakaya, but you also enlightened in Sambhopakaya. You also enlightened in Nirmanakaya. So Sambhopakaya and Nirmanakaya are the embodiment in the physical form. So Sarva Karma Sucham is meaning you aspire to actualize Buddha's form body. Chidam Shriyam Kuru. So Chidam refer to the mind. Supreme, Shriyam is supreme. Kuru is make. So make my mind supreme in the terms of enlightenment. May I attain a Dharmakaya to have the omniscient awareness of the all-embracing heart, to actualize the Dharmakaya, which is the cessations of all the limitations. Dharmakaya, the wisdom body of the Buddha is, cessations of all the defilements. So when you achieve Buddhahood, you achieve the greatest benefit for your own benefit, that which is the Dharmakaya state of the Buddhahood. That is the best benefit for your own benefit. The greatest benefit by achieving Buddhahood for the others is the Rupakaya, the Buddha's form body. So Siddham Shiriyam Kuru Hum. So Hum is the 6th syllable of the Vajrasattva. 6th syllable of your being. See, that is your spiritual seat. And that syllable Hum carry the potential of both Buddha's Rupakaya and Dharmakaya, Dharmakaya results. You see, that's 6th syllable. hum. That six-syllable hum is very much is your the continuum of your Buddha nature, continuum of your Buddha potential. So when you start to practice Vajrasattva, you visualize six-syllable hum. When you recite the mantra, the central mantra is the six-syllable hum. Then surrounded by the mantra garland of the Vajrasattva. Either you are reciting in relation to front generation, which is very much you visualize Vajrasattva in front of you. Then in the center of Vajrasattva's heart, there's a syllable hum. The syllable hum reciting on the moon disk, and that moon disk reciting on the sun disk, a lotus seat. So lotus seat and moon disk, then six-syllable hum in the center. Then from there, you actualize, miraculously, you actualize complete Guru Vajrasattva, carrying the enlightened qualities of the both wisdom body and the form body. So you visualize like that, If you are visualizing Vajrasattva on top of your crown, similarly, like that, then in the center of that Vajrasattva that you have just visualized, there's a six-syllable hum that's surrounded by the garlands of the 100-syllable mantra. So, and if you have initiation of Vajrasattva, then you arise. First, you dissolve your ordinariness into a emptiness. You bring all your ordinariness into a empty in the nature of emptiness. You purify your ordinariness. Then you create the basis to actualize yourself as the meditational deity, Vajrasattva, and to do that from that expanse of void, from that expanse of emptiness, you actualize, magnificent lotus. So you visualize like 8-petal lotus, but that is giant, beautiful. It is so vast that there's you can't even define its directions and its length. You visualize something like that. Then, as like the central, the of the flower, there's a yellow thingy, that is very much like the moon disk. So again, magnificent moon disk, very soothing, very comfortable cushion like that, very soothing. Then in the center of that moon disk, then there's a magnificent syllable hum. So if you are familiar with the Sanskrit letter, then you visualize that. If you are familiar with the Tibetan letter or English letter, you can visualize accordingly. But most important thing is to know. So that is your six syllable. Even you are visualizing letter, but not kind of tangible phenomena, not kind of letter that which carry some kind of curves and that's it, like they carry other limitations of not pervasive, something like that. So best is to visualize the letter in the energy form, energy light form. So if you know any of these letters, writings in syllable hum, you see them the shape, but in the nature of light energy form. Or then from that hum, syllable hum, miraculously arise the Vajrasattva. So the Vajrasattva, they are Father, Mother Vajrasattva, solitary Vajrasattva. So whichever initiation that you have received it, and accordingly. So you can visualize yourself just like that. You see. So again, this is a very similar, like, even though is visualization, but you actually legitimately you are actualizing the Vajrasattva. And when you carry the divine pride of after you arise as a Guru Vajrasattva, and you express the divine pride of I am Guru Vajrasattva, you are not carrying false view. You are not carrying false view. That view of I am Guru Vajrasattva is a legitimate one. It's a real one. You see, it's not just simply an idea, because you actualize through the wisdom of emptiness, and that brings the possibility. You see, so stronger the conviction that you are Guru Vajrasattva, the greater the impact of the practice. So even when you visualize Guru Vajrasattva in front of you, even without initiation, in front of you or above your head, the visualization is the same. One is you becoming, and another one is from that expanse of voidness or expanse of emptiness, you actualize Vajrasattva in front or on top of your crown. You see, so when you relate to that Vajrasattva, not just imagine picture, not like that. You really can have a conviction that is a real completeness of Vajrasattva is there. So that's important. You see. So now it's very much like the lotus is very much lotus symbolized as wisdom. Is a lotus symbolized mother. The moon symbolized as a method, symbolized as a father. So symbolize the father-mother substance. You see, lotus as a mother's egg. The moonbeam is like a father's sperm, like that. Then syllable hum is your continuum, your mental continuum, your conscious continuum. You see, in order to actualize a baby, you need three factors must come together. One of them missing, no baby. You see, so the two factors from others is the parents, the two substance. The factor from your side is your continuum, your conscious, your continuum of the past lives consciousness. So when these two substance of the father, mother come together, then that is the place where your consciousness enter into, like station or establish into. You see. So this you can understand. Even the father, mother's substance are, scientifically healthy, but it's not necessarily can form baby. You need third element, and that is the spirit of the person need to be entered there, which is the continuum of your past lifetime. Your conscious continuum of the past lifetime need to station on that two substance. So now you can imagine these two substance, father, mother's two substance come together, the consciousness, the syllable hum enter. Then even the ordinary baby, miraculously become fetus. Isn't it? The baby in the womb is like unbelievable. How possible? It's really miraculously becoming. So then it's unbelievable. With this two fluid, come together, and then as I mentioned before, even scientifically, you can say, well, just two fluid is not good enough. Something has to be happen, and that is the consciousness. When these three things come together in mother's womb, the development of the senses, organs, the body is it's really unbelievable. It's like it's like magical. You think about it, it's like magical. In one way, it's an impossible kind of thing. But then possible, all of us are that possibility, that possible one, isn't it? You know, when we become baby in our mother's womb, initially it's just this two fluid, then our past continuum, and these three things come together. Then, I mean, unbelievable that thingy become like now, like with big nose, big eye, big ear. Oh, this unbelievable, amazing features we carry out is miraculous. Miraculous, you see. Okay, the reason for me to say this, you don't have to stuck by, you don't have to kind of like feel uncomfortable. How possible? Huh? Lotus, Mundis, Silver Home, then Vajrasattva, boom. How possible? You may think this is not true. It's just my mental picture. And when you relate to, our existence, actually sounds our existence is more impossible than that visualized Vajrasattva, Makes sense? So you can relate to this. Then when you visualize, you say, oh yeah, why not? Why not? Actually less complicated than making baby. You don't even need to go through 9 months, to become, just within 5 minutes, the magnificent Vajrasattva is actualized. Vajrasattva baby actualized. You see, so it's like that. You see, so the reason of giving this analogy is for us to gain the divine pride, undoubtful conviction, the actualization of Guru Vajrasattva, which is very, very important. You see, otherwise, it's kind of like not sure it really Vajrasattva out there or not. Then how to happen your purification so effectively, isn't it? So you need to build a really 100% kind of conviction of Vajrasattva is absolutely there, like that. Okay. Yeah. So this is a syllable hum. Syllable hum. The meaning. So then, on the basis of that visualization, Guru Vajrasattva on top of your crown or in front, then there's extensive visualizations for can be done, which I will explain after the explanation of the continuation of the mantra here. So then, so Chitam Shiriyam Kuru Hum ha ho. So this 5 syllable, ha ho, this symbolizes the 5 parts. Part of accumulation. First ha is part of accumulation. Second ha is part of preparation. Third ha is part of seeing. Fourth one is part of meditation. Fifth one is part of normal learning. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Hello. Yeah, also my voice is so small. No. hello, 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 hello. Om Vajrasattva Samay, Anupalai, Vajrasattva Dino Padit, Tito Mebao, Sudo Kayo Mebao, Subo Kayo Mebao, Anurado Mebao, Sawaside Mebao, Sawakamas, Sadam Shiriam Kuruhum, Aha, Bhagavan, Sawadadag, Vajrabaman, Vajrabao, Ma Samaya, Sato, Ahong Pe. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. So okay. No problem. No problem. My karma, our karma. Yeah. It's okay. Okay. So yeah, anyway. Uh, yeah, yeah. No, I think it's okay. Hello, hello. Oh yeah. Hello. That's good. Thank you. Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Mm. Okay. Yeah, I think it's working here. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so the 5 parts. Yeah, so it represent 5 parts. So you see, uh, 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 yeah. Mhm. For ha ha ho. So it represent the 5 parts. Part of accumulation. Mm, the first level of the Bodhisattva's part of accumulation. The meaning in the name, given accumulation. When you reach the first level of the path, you accomplish one of the greatest merit for the first countless eons merit. So a part of accumulation. And second one is called part of preparation. The practitioner in the state of preparing to actualize direct realization on emptiness, the non-conceptual realization of emptiness. That's why I call part of preparation. Part of seeing is very much meaning you first time see the non-conceptual direct realization of emptiness. Part of meditation, where you engage in absorption meditation on emptiness to bring about eradications of the stages of the defilement, including the tendency of the defilement all the way up to the bhumi. Because of that, called part of meditation. And part of normal learning is the part in the state of Buddhahood, where all the knowledge is perfected. That's why I call part of normal learning. So when you recite this mantra, you can reflect. You can meditate on that. If you have knowledge about the path and grounds. Otherwise, it leaves imprint. Even you have not learned about this path and ground, but when recite the Vajrasattva mantra, in our continuum, receive the blessing in relation to the practices and realizations on the 5 paths and 10 bhumis, like that. So you say ha 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 ho, just meaning in one line is, may my mind progressively develop into the 5 paths to the enlightenment, like that. Then after that is Bhagavan, Savatathagata. Savatathagata, Vajra Mame Munja. So Bhagavan is referring to the Buddha, isn't it? Or master of surpassing. Master of surpassing. Yes. And then Sarva is all, the master of surpassing all. Buddha is a master of surpassing all. Then Tathagata, thus gone beyond, referring to all the past Buddhas. Vajra is the diamond, or the Vajra heart, indestructible heart, or the Vajrasattva. So in the whole meaning, and thus may I become one who has vanquished and purified away all karmic aftermath and master and gain all good qualities, surpassing all other beings. Or in another word, in another understanding, may I attain the Vajra mind, or the Dharmakaya mind, the Dharmakaya mental state of those who have gone to enlightenment. May I attain the enlightened mind, just like all the past Buddhas have gone beyond. So meaning like that. Then Mame Munja. Ma is talking about yourself. Munja is let loss. So in another word is, do not let me lose. Or do not let me miss the actualizations of clear light on the path. Or do not let me be separated from the experience, from the blissful experience of the clear light. So the meaning can understood also like that. So Vajri Bhava, Vajri Bhava, Mahasamaya Sattva. So Vajri Bhava. So Vajri again refer to the Vajra mind, the Dharmakaya mind. Bhava is referring to being, so the diamond-hearted being, or the Vajra-minded being. So it's referring to the Buddhas. Or in another word, it's referring to Vajra Bhava, is referring to the Vajrasattva. Then Maha is great. Samaya is, the samadhi or the close bond. Sattva is carry that, that samaya, carry that connection to the Guru Vajrasattva. Ahum Pet, Mahasamaya Sattva Ahum Pet. So that's how I conclude the mantra. So the the sixth syllable of speech. Hum is sixth syllable of the heart. Then Fe is stabilizing, stabilizing syllable. So all the qualities, expressed before, through the recitation of this powerful mantra, you actualize, you stabilize your heart or your mind in the heart, inseparable from the Guru Vajrasattva. So that's the meaning. So that's the meaning. Oh, okay. Mm. So now you see, that visualize Vajrasattva as mentioned before. Then you engage into the different ways. You can use different tools of bringing actual cleansing practice, actual purification practice, through your visualizations. Even though just reciting the mantra is already impacting for purification. You can just focus on that, it's good enough. But then if you like to do visualizations, so there are visualizations that we can learn. So there one visualization, which is very common and which is, almost everyone practice, is the three ways of purification, the visualizations of three ways of purification. So one of the ways of purification is so that's called Yande, Mande, Ugde. So Yande is purifying upward. So very much like if you want to clear a dust, in the beneath of the glass. So if you pour water and make it overflow, then all the dust will bring out and cleanse, isn't it? So that's the Yande. So you, from the visualized Guru Vajrasattva, either on top of your crown or in front, emanate infinite light rays. So you can visualize any kind of light is okay, but you can visualize white light or golden light, which is most common one. But then while you're doing visualization, if rainbow light appears or other color or whatever color you feel most comfortable, there's no rules. Okay, so you visualize that, and on that light, the light is very much like a thread where the liquid can carry on. Liquid, the nectar, is like sometime, like outside the house, the rainwater to carry it to the ground, you put, like thread, rope, so that the water will travel accordingly, won't make too much sound, isn't it? Like something like that. So the light rays is very much like that. So with the light rays, then it carry the nectar. The nectar, if you like to, make it feeling of the visualization and how the nectar would feel, it's like a sunflower oil. You can touch the sunflower oil. The texture is something like that. You can visualize something like that. The color is also like a sunflower oil, like something like that, golden color. Or you can also visualize like a milk, completely white, in relation to vegetable practice, there's a white nectar, overflow white nectar. So when you touch the milk, the texture is something like that. The color is something like that, Then the light is always like kind of soothing, warm, It's like carry the both elements, very soothing, but not making you feel cold, warm. Not too much hot, burning out, but it's very soothing. Like, it's like perfect, so nice. The moment when in your visualization, the moment through visualization, the light touches your body, is like instantly bring comfortableness, blissfulness, that kind of impact, like that. So, so you drive that nectar from all over Vajrasattva's holy body, including the lotus, the basically the entire is celestial, is Vajrasattva's enlightened quality. So emanating infinite lights, towards you, and it enter from your crown. So from the crown chakra, there's a hollow. You can visualize the hole. Where there's a curly hair there, somewhere there is like a hole there, like that pipe. And that pipe is a very much like irrigating pipe. There's a lot of holes like that, so the moment the nectar goes in, then it just bursts everywhere. So it reach out to every cells, every single corner of your so basically the nectar go all the way down to reach to the your feet, then fill up whole your body, overflow. Then you visualize it's overflowing the nectar, together with the light also overflowing like that. Then the moment you experience that, then you understand, you visualize all your negativities is completely cleansed, completely cleansed. So then now you do the second visualization, which is the mandate. That is very much like taking shower. Now the only difference is you also shower inside, not just outside the body. So, you're showering every single basis of yourself, your body, speech, and mind, every single basis, or entire 5 aggregates get showered. So the nectar is like very much like the, like shower, what you call the hose, sprinkling nectar. The hose pipe is the light rays, like that. Then, like diseases, if it's physical level, then it's cleansing from outside. In its skin level, cleansing outside. From inside one, getting out from down holes, and then from all the pores, coming out. Then the entire your being is completely become like a light body, like a Guru Vajrasattva's body, completely pure, light energy kind of form, not a contaminated aggregates like flesh, bones and etc. Like a light body. So you can visualize like that. You can also visualize if the sickness is like a physical, like wounds, or any kind of diseases, then the diseases and it is causes the karma is going out in the form of blood, pus, mucus, like that kind of visualization that you very much witnessing is going out. Then if the sickness is caused by spirits, like nagas, landlords, caused by humans in a negative mind, like charm, like magics, etc., etc. Including the elemental harms, the elemental, like cosmic energy harms. Then it's getting out from your downholes and all the pores in the form of like scorpion. In the form of scorpion. That's the usual visualization. You can also visualize some other very poisonous, the animals, but one common visualization is the scorpion. So it has a since the realized beings recommended that should carry special impact for people. So you can visualize the scorpion coming out like that. Then if the sickness or the obstacle that you are going through is due to past negative karmic imprint, past negative karmic imprint, especially in relation to delusions, like karma that committed through delusions, like anger, attachment, etc. Then from the downhole and all the pores coming out, black shoot, like a dark smoke, dark smoke getting out. So you can visualize like that. Then also understand whatever the purification, whatever didn't able to purify on the first purification, the first the upward purification, then now you're purifying in the second round. Then you engage in the third round of purification, this Pugde. So that is the light rays and nectar comes out from the Guru Vajrasattva and instantly reach to you, instantly transmit to entire your aggregates, entire your existence, and simultaneously, entire negativities, sicknesses, obstacles, completely cleansed, completely disappeared, beyond return, beyond return, and purified from the root. So instant like that. And you can also understand whatever negativity is unable to purify during the first two meditation. Now by the third one, you're able to purify completely. Especially the tendencies and the stains of negativities are purified. So this is your visualization. So this is one of them. Now another common visualization, another one is the nectar reach to your crown. Then first, entire your crown chakra is completely filled with the lights and nectar. And whatever negativity is committed through your body is purified. Then gradually the nectar and the light goes down through your throat. Then entire throat chakra is completely filled with the nectar and the light. And whatever negative karma committed through your speech is purified. And then nectar continues to follow down the entire your heart chakra and the rest of the remaining your body and rest of the mind that haven't reached the awareness of this, reach of this blessing, reach out, and entire negativities that committed through your thought is completely purified. Then you establish the holy body, speech, and mind of the Guru Vajrasattva. Remember when the syllable Om, when we give the meaning, of the syllable Om, it signifies the three bases of the training. Now, then also it symbolizes the resultant body, speech, and mind of yours, isn't it? And how do that achieve? How do the benefit of purification achieve through this trainee's body, speech, and mind, and actualizing the resultant Guru Vajrasattva body, speech, and mind is by following the Sato Samaya, Manopalaya, the Nopadita, Dido member, Sudokoyo member, Subokoyo member, Anurado member, Sawasite member, the Sawakama Sudam and Siddham Shiri Kuru. Then whom it bring actualizations of the resultant body, speech, and mind of the Vajrasattva. So in the meaning of the mantra in between, even just to think of this, ha 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 ho, 5 parts, the entire path is there. So it means by traveling through the entire path, this impure basis, the body, speech, and mind, and through the cultivation of the path, now you actualize, now you emerge, whom you bring into the establishment or the emerge into the resultant body, speech, and mind of the Guru Vajrasattva. So you understand like that. See, now this meditation, you can help to purify others, help to cleanse other people, other beings, sick people, whatever. So you visualize Guru Vajrasattva, since we don't have initiation, so you visualize on top of your crown, facing outward, facing to facing other side, you see. When you are doing the meditation for yourself, even Vajrasattva sitting on your crown is facing towards you, you see. Even though it is on the crown, when you look up, like he's like facing straight towards you, like that, you see. Then if it's visualizing in front on the altar, then it's easy. But now you are helping other. Now this Vajrasattva position is changed, facing outward. Now the visualization of cleansing is similar to how you did for yourself. Now you do this to others, okay? You can do this 3 Yente Mande Pukde visualization. You can do these stages of purification, you know, through body, speech, and mind. Then abide that particular living being in the state of the Guru Vajrasattvahood, you know, and through this visualization, you know, you can able to bring a great healing to someone, you know, healing, especially to karma, when someone is experiencing any kind of trouble, you know, like that. Now, there's another visualization is, you know, you form the light rays from the Guru Vajrasattva form into a laser light. So then, if you know that you have a particular, you know, health issue, maybe it could be somewhere stomach or knees or whatever. Now, you want to heal that particular place, that particular cell, that particular thinking. Especially if you know that doctor says, okay, your problem is here. Then that light rays you form into a laser light like this. You know, it's light coming out from entirety of the celestial of the Guru Vajrasattva, but they form into laser light and directly hit to the sick, you know, the pain, whatever. Then that particular area that needed to cleanse, you know, you apply that light and the nectar as if like you are treating it, as if like you are, you know, washing or cleansing it like that. No, you do the visualization until that, you know, the pain start to subside. You know, you do the the pain will start to subside. The stronger the concentration you give to the laser light, the transmitting of the laser light, the visualization of the laser light. You see, the stronger the concentration, immediately you start to feel the pain is easing. You see, and then you strengthen and you expand your visualization. That taking transformation of that sickness into even that knee problem. Now knee problem, the whole entire knee, you know, it become like a light knee, like, you know, not a bone flesh like that, you know. So in that way you can also heal, do the healing. You can also apply this meditation to someone. If you know someone, you know, has certain sickness, you know the particular area, then you can do the same visualization and same purifications. So like that. Then at the end of the healing practice, or at the end of the healing practice, the stable conviction is very important. Even though in the pure, you know, in the view of the samsaric mind, and, you know, one may still go through inconvenience, but that is because of your, you know, your definite karmic result of being samsara is not finished yet. You know, that is definite. You know, Buddha or Vajrasattva also cannot like kind of like cut short the time and finish your samsara. It's already completed the causes and conditions. So we have to carry on. But you relate to the obstacle through the purified view, purified mind of the Guru Vajrasattva. You see, And that is the pure view. Then whatever you're going through now, and the ordinary experiences, in reality, in absolute reality, there's no inherent person to suffer. There's no inherent knee problem is occurring. If you really go and examine thoroughly, you can't find the particular cell, particular area that is really so-called knee problem. You see, you can really able to lose that designation or that base of designation also. You see, so therefore, since my mind is still in the journey of completing the result of the definite karma, I still have to carry on this limpy knee. But ultimately, I'm oneness with Guru Vajrasattva. Ultimately, I'm oneness with Guru Vajrasattva. That's the truth. That's the truth, you see. So there's no false there. The false is you committed the karma, that's your fault. And you're experiencing the consequences of definite karma, that's my fault. It's not the fault of the practice, it's not the fault of Vajrasattva. It doesn't mean Vajrasattva don't carry the power to really what you have visualized. Vajrasattva's job is done, delivered. Okay, so in that understanding, now you really carry that. Ultimately, I am Vajrasattva. I achieve the state of Vajrasattva. Okay, I become oneness with the Guru Vajrasattva. Okay, it's just a short duration of time, maybe a few years, for me to discard all this definite coming result of the samsara only. Otherwise, I am oneness with Guru Vajrasattva. You see. Or then when you do this visualization to someone, you also apply the same thing. In my unpurified view, still ordinary person suffering, old age, etc. But in actual fact, actual reality, is oneness with the Guru Vajrasattva. You see, and the stronger the conviction you carry that, the more the effective of purification happens. You see, more the purification happens. You see. So then, whether you have initiation or not, the dissolving of the Guru Vajrasattva can be practiced by both, even you don't have initiation. So then Guru Vajrasattva that you have just visualized from the below, the throne or the lotus, dissolving up, and all from whatever celestial mention be there, or celestial beings may be there, everything, dissolve from the side to the center. And Vajrasattva himself also, from the crown, from the toe, dissolving up and down, until dissolving into a light. Dissolving into a light, but that light, if you want to see in image, and there's a Guru Vajrasattva, but very, very cute one, like kind of small. Just now is you maybe visualizing quite big, but now it's like very, very, very like small, as if this you want to descend from your central chakra, that the pipe is like so easy to go down, like that kind of thing. So don't stuck with this huge Vajrasattva, need to move all the thrones here and there, like our order moving. They're not like that. So is that size also in the light form? Always remember that it's in the light energy form. Okay, but still, you can visualize the whole image if you can. If the whole clarity of the image is disappearing, then there's something to hold on, which is the light form that you see, and you designate as a Vajrasattva. This is the Vajrasattva. Then that Vajrasattva dissolve from the crown. Then your heart, even though the heart chakra, it's not like kind of physical thing that we not like our heart. But then again, is you can imagine, you can visualize like the shape of like our heart, which heart is actually somewhere left side, isn't it? But now it's like somewhere in the center here, heart shape, and that like how to say, miraculously kind of like open. When you prepare the descending of Guru Vajrasattva, when you look into the venue, it's like your heart like naturally become like lotus, head petal lotus, like that. Then in the center of that lotus, again, mundis, same like before. Then in the center of that mundis, your mind, isn't it? Your mind. But that also in the form of syllable home. If you want to know what kind of shape it look like, then you can visualize syllable home, or just a light energy form, and that's your Buddha nature. That's your consciousness. Subtle consciousness. Okay, that's your main base of designating as a person. Now, Guru Vajrasattva directly go into there, and since it's both is light form, it just like emerge, like dissolve into each other. Okay, then it become inseparable. That you want to define, your own base. Yes, you recognize your own base, but in difference from Vajrasattva. And you want to think of Vajrasattva in difference from you. Oneness. So that oneness of the Guru Vajrasattva in your heart, now miraculously, now you make an aspiration. May this Guru Vajrasattva never be departed, from being inseparable from me. Ever guide me. Ever bless me. Never to be separated. So you make that supplication. You say that's my inner guru. That's your inner guru. Okay. Then there. So sorry. So I miss out one area. The before dissolving, there's one section before dissolving Guru Vajrasattva into your crown. Then there's a Dani Mishe Mombai, Tenzin and Geshe, Lama Gombo Capsule. So the December, the December and Regibo, Chogi, the Brita, Tenzin, Yamja, Tamsi, Chanshin, Dago, shares on the Rala Timeraji, goes on the December, goes on the Yemishabar Guru. So, Dani Mishe Mombai, you say that. Due to the ignorance, due to not knowing what is virtue, what is non-virtue, I commit so much flaws. I bring transgression to my precepts, like tantric precepts, Buddhist precepts, refuge precepts, etc. So I took refuge into Guru Vajrasattva, then went through this, practice of purification, and now Guru so Guru Vajrasattva, witness your sincere purification, which is the application of four opponent power. Application of four opponent power, and took the Vajrasattva mantra recitation or all this visualization as an antidote. So Guru Vajrasattva is so pleased. He said, so doje sembe shan rigipu. So doje sembe shan. So from the mouth of the Vajrasattva, wherever you have visualized, very loud sound. Say, you're my, son of the lineage. You're calling as like you're like son of the lineage. You say, my child. Doje sembe shan rigipu. Choji titu da Tenzin Yamja Tamsi. It's all your negativities, all your broken samai. You have purified completely. And after saying that, then miraculously, then the dissolvation, like right after that, like there is a descent from your crown, right after that. You see, right with that, I'm so pleased, you are completely purified, like then right there with so pleasing attitude, Vajrasattva, when you look at it, it's like so happy, right there, dissolve. Then go all the way to the heart. Gosum tuki rangla timbe gosum tu erme sheba ju rangla timbe gosum tu erme sheba ju. So by dissolve, then it becomes inseparable of your body, speech, and mind with the Guru Vajrasattva. Well, acknowledging that this heart that is a lotus, they start to close like that, like normal heart, like close like this. Once it's closed, then you recite Vajrasattva mantra, Om Vajrasattva Samaya, or you can even recite the lotus one, Om Pema Sattva Samaya, whatever. But while reciting it, if you can do multitasking, then you recite, you do visualization. But if you are unable to do multitasking, then you still focus on visualization, fine. There's a mantra, 100 syllable, Om Vajrasattva Samaya. It's like a tying that closed lotus around like this, 3 rounds. It's like tying a rope around that lotus. And inside is you inseparable from Guru Vajrasattva, isn't it? So after 3 rounds of tying the knots, then you place a cross Vajra. Also create from the mantra. Mantra manifests into the cross Vajra. And the mantra that tying around, also mantra manifests into a Vajra fence. So it becomes a Vajra fence, indestructible Vajra fence. And on top, it's like kind of stem, like that, cross Vajra, which is also comes from the mantra, but in the form of Vajra, Then after that, with so much rejoice that you have done unbelievable, perfect purification practice, healing to yourself, or if you have done to someone else, you can visualize like that to someone else. Then you make dedication. Okay, then you make a dedications of all this practice, the merit you accumulate from there, the benefit to the numberless sentient beings, enlightenment. Then you can also dedicate, because we still may carry limitations in our dedication. So then what the Shantideva have dedicated in Bodhisattva Acharya in the dedication chapter, just like the Bodhisattva Manjushri, just like the Bodhisattva Samadabhadra, like Bodhisattva Cheresik, how they dedicate their merit. May I too dedicate just like that. So then the complete, is the most extended dedications, Or then you also dedicate in emptiness, like taught like yesterday, the 3 pairs of emptiness. The practitioner myself, the practice, the purpose, everything lies in the nature of emptiness. Everything lies in the nature of lack of inherent existence. Everything is actualized from dependent arising. So then after that, since lies in the nature of dependent arising, whatever purification I did, whatever merit that I accumulate, is actually happens, actually brought the benefit. Because nature lies in a dependent arising, isn't it? You see, so you created correct, interdependent conditions. You see, so as I mentioned before, even though right now you are still samsaric person, but then you created this interdependent causes and conditions of purification. Just a matter of time, you're definitely going to achieve all the dedication that you just met. You see, so then after that, you can end the session. Thank you. I end the session here too. Okay, so you can practice something like that. Any questions? Otherwise, we can end here. We do the dedication prayer slowly, because last 2 days didn't manage to do. So all good? Okay, thank you.